If you are even thinking about becoming a welder, or you are already a welder and you're stuck in some low-paying job, scrolling on your phone right now, wondering how people are actually making money without college, then this video could seriously change the direction of your life.
Really?
Because welding is one of the most understood skills in America. Some welders quietly get rich, some welders burn out fast, and some welders build six-figure careers. Some welders destroy their bodies and never even talk about it. And almost nobody tells you the full truth. So, today, I'm breaking down the real pros and cons of being a welder. Not the trade school brochure version, not the TikTok motivation version, and not the college counselor version. The real life version. The money, the freedom, the danger, the stress, the long-term future. So before you spend months learning this trade, before you drop money on a welding program, and before you quit your day job, or before you walk away from welding completely, you need to hear this. My name is JV Charles here at JV Charles TV, and I've spent over 30 years of working in and around skilled trades, along welders, pipe fitters, boiler makers, iron workers, and contractors across the country. And I've been beside them in plants and on shutdowns, on job sites, in shops, and definitely been with them in the field. I've seen their paychecks, I've seen their injuries, and I've seen their burnout, and I've even seen a lot of success. This channel exists to expose the real opportunities in high-paying skilled trade careers that don't require a college degree, don't bury you in student debt, and actually give you real skills and real income. So, let's talk welding. Because welding can either become one of the smartest skills you ever learn or one of the hardest lifestyles you ever choose. And the difference is understanding both sides. Let's start with what draws most people in. That is the money.
I'm really rich.
One of the biggest reasons people even look at welding is because they hear welders make good money. And that in part is true, but is also incomplete. Because welding, it's not like a normal job where everyone kind of makes the same amount of money. With welding, the gap between low skill and high skill is massive. I've known welders barely surviving, and I've known welders clearing six figures without a degree, and even more. The ones making real money aren't just welders. They're pipe welders, structural welders, shutdown welders, power plant welders, shipyard welders, travel welders, and rig welders. They're the guys who can walk in, test out, and work in conditions most people cannot even handle. I'm talking about the heat, the tight spaces, the heights, outdoors, overnight, and industrial environments. And the harder and more technical the job gets, the more the pay goes up. And that, my friends, is something that most careers just don't offer. In welding, difficulty literally equals money. And here's something else people don't talk about enough. Once you're a real welder, you're not locked into one place. I've watched welders finish one job, throw their hood in the truck, and be in another state the next week. Power plants, ports, pipelines, factories, military bases, and even data centers, which are exploding in America right now. Steel doesn't stop. Infrastructure doesn't stop, and energy does not stop. The welders, they don't really run out of places to go. That kind of mobility is powerful and profitable. You're not begging your town for opportunity, you're choosing where the opportunity is. Another reason welding changes lives is because it doesn't care about your past. It doesn't care about your GPA or your age or your record or how you did in school. When you show up to weld, nobody asks where you went to college, I can promise you that. Ask, can you pass the test? That's it. If you can weld, you're good to go and you can work. I've seen guys in their 30s, 40s, and even 50s completely reset their financial life just through welding. Because skill beats paperwork every time. And welding doesn't take 4 years of your life before it pays you. Some people are working in months. Some start as helpers, and some go into short programs, and some even enter apprenticeships. But you're not sitting in a classroom for years hoping the job market likes your degree. You're building something that industry needs immediately. And what a lot of people don't realize is welding isn't the finish line, it's the doorway. Welding turns into inspection, supervision, robotics, teaching, rig businesses, contracting, plant maintenance, and even ownership. Some of the highest paid people in industrial environments started with a hood in their hands. And there's also something psychological that happens with welding. When you can fuse metal, when you can build structures, when you can fix failures, you stop feeling replaceable. You don't feel like an employee anymore. You feel like a solution. And that confidence, that changes people's lives. That's the side that gets advertised. Here's the side that doesn't. Welding is hard on your body. There is no soft way to say that. This is not clean work, this is not climate controlled work, and this is not sit down work. You're crawling in spaces, you're climbing, grinding, lifting, you're working twisted overhead sometimes, on your knees, on scaffolding, and in the heat and cold. And over years, that adds up. I'm talking about your shoulders, knees, backs, wrists. The welders who last are the ones who treat their bodies like equipment. I'm talking about stretching, fitness, rest, and planning their next move. Because welding will take what you don't protect. And welding is dangerous. Not motivational dangerous, real dangerous. I'm talking about burns, eye damage, toxic fumes, falls, electric shock, confined space accidents. One lazy moment, one rushed weld, one bad decision can change your life for good. The welders who come home safe aren't the toughest, they are the most disciplined. Another hard truth I gotta tell you guys, not all welding pays well. There are a lot of shops that pay welding wages for production labor. Low skill welding gets low skill pay. The money comes when you can test, when you can travel, when you can weld pipe, structural, stainless, aluminum, pressure, and pass inspection. If you stop growing in welding, your income stops growing. Welding can also be inconsistent. Projects and shutdowns finish. Contracts dry up. Some years are huge and some years are thin. The welders who struggle spend everything when times are good. The welders who win save, invest, build contacts, and stack certifications. The lifestyle can also cost you. Early mornings, late nights, weeks away, holidays missed, and storm call-outs. Welding money often comes from sacrifice. And if you don't manage that intentionally, it will manage you. And long-term exposure matters. We're talking about fumes, metals, coatings, industrial air. The welders who last don't act tough about safety. They protect their lungs, their eyes, and their future. Now here's where welding separates people. The welders who stay broke treat welding like a job. The welders who get ahead treat it like a weapon. They specialize. They go where others don't. They go where others won't. They learn what others avoid. They stack what others quit. Because the more rare you become, the more control you have. And welding is one of the few trades that turns directly into a business. A truck, a machine, a hood, and you can start producing income. Emergency repair equipment, gates, industrial fixes, and custom fabrication. Very few careers let you monetize a skill that fast. In welding, it also pairs with almost every high-paying trade. I'm talking about pipe fitters and millwrights, boilermakers, iron workers, and maintenance. When welding sits on another skill, your value multiplies. Now, here's some more reality. Welding culture is not corporate culture. It's rough, it's direct, and it's high pressure. Some people thrive in it, and some people hate it. Burnout is a real thing with welding, and that's why the smart welders don't plan to be under the hood forever. They plan inspection, supervision, teaching, estimating, even ownership. Welding becomes a foundation, not the ceiling. And certifications, they never stop. You are only as valuable as your last test. That pressure never leaves, which is why good ones keep practicing. Now, here's the long game in welding. It can create real financial independence. No degree debt, high income ceilings, business paths, and a portable skill. Welding has quietly built more six-figure earners than most college majors. But the trade doesn't forgive laziness. You don't get paid for potential, you get paid for performance. In welding, it does not forgive poor health planning. The welders who win build an exit strategy because the world will always be needing welding, but your body may not always want to do it. So here's the real truth. Welding is not just a job, it's leverage. It's a tool, and it can build you or break you. The welders who struggle stay low-skilled, stay reactive, and stay unplanned. The welders who win stack certifications, chase difficulty, protect their health, build networks, and save their money and think long-term. If you're young, welding can launch you. If you're older, welding can rebuild you. And if you're stuck, welding can free you. But only if you respect both sides. If you want more real breakdowns of high-paying skilled trade careers without college and real paths to six-figure income, make sure and subscribe to JB Charles TV and go watch the other videos on this channel, because this is not theory. This is how people are actually escaping low-paying life through real skills, real trades, and real work. I'm JB Charles, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.